Welcome to the I Can Do Anything podcast. My name is Colin. I'm joined in my dining room by my good friend and NBA correspondent Adison Daub and another good friend of mine, Sloan Whitaker. We're here to talk about the beginning of the NBA season. What's up, fellas? How we feeling after a long night?
A little hungover.
Sleep deprived.
This episode of the I Can Do Anything podcast is brought to you by Landscaped. Are there any homeowners out there? If you own a home, in most cases you know that you're going to have some yard work. Landscaped is here to help. Landscaped takes pride in having the most extensive catalog of outdoor tools, appliances, furniture, lighting, materials, decor, power supplies, pool and spa, gardening, recreation, water and irrigation, accessories, and more. Visit our stores across the United States to receive help from our trained landscape architects, take classes and listen to seminars on a wide variety of topics and focus areas, including Gardening 101, Homeowners Construction Best Practices, Insect and Pest Control and Behavior, Creative Materials Concepts, Pool and Spa Maintenance, Fencing and Perimeter Design, Owning Your Space, and many, many more. Or visit us online at landscaped.com/anything to receive $10 off your first order of $50 or more and $50 off any order of $300 or more. That's landscaped.com/anything, a special savings for listeners of the I Can Do Anything podcast. This podcast is also brought to you by BA Carts. Thank you, BA Carts, for being so supportive of the I Can Do Anything podcast, the leading manufacturer of custom golf carts serving the tri-state area. You wrote this so fast. Serving the tri-state area as well as nationwide. BA Carts want you to know. I don't even know what this is going to say. BA Carts wants you to know that golf carts sold at other
Oh boy.
BA Carts wants you to know that other golf carts sold at other businesses are piles of shit, and the only golf carts that are worth the damn are exclusively sold at BA Carts. Okay, so the NBA season starts this Tuesday.
48 hours, boys.
In 48 hours, pretty much. Maybe a little bit longer than 48 hours, but yeah. I'm really fucking excited, man.
It's the most excited I've been for an NBA basketball season in probably my lifetime. To be honest.
I agree.
Just to be complete,
I agree.
Just the West is going to be the West is so loaded.
It really is.
It's impressive. There's 11 teams, honestly, in the West that are really, maybe even 12, that are probably competing for a spot in the playoffs. And then you got the East. It's just outside the top two. Outside the top two, the East is terrible.
Well, I think in the West, there's usually 11 or 12 teams competing for the playoffs. But there's 10 teams that could potentially go to the finals.
Yeah.
I don't know about finals, but I say, I think there's 10 different scenarios, 10 different teams that could make the Western Conference Finals. I don't think the finals.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah. But in the East, it's the East, you got Sixers and the Bucks. That's it.
Is that it?
I mean, pretty much.
The Pacers are going to be really good this year.
They're thinking there's a lot of stuff going around about Oladipo and this injury. He may not come back until possibly the All-Star break.
Oh.
And then also they've been really hush-hush about it. And it's a very odd injury, so no one really knows what exactly is going on. And there's also
I haven't heard anything about it at all in the off season. And
there's also supposedly I've heard there's some possibly beef between him and the front office with the way they've handled stuff.
Oh,
so I don't know if he's as happy as everyone thinks he is.
Oh,
are the Nets total trash other than?
Well, I mean,
Kyrie
KD ain't playing this year, so
duh.
Yeah, so
I mean. Are they trash regardless, though? Without those two?
No, I think they'll be good. They could get to the Eastern Conference Finals, I think. But
yeah, that was my first topic. Was how widespread the talent is in the NBA for the first time in many years.
Get a little closer to that thing.
The first time in many years. We're not. It's not just LeBron's team and the Warriors anymore. It's now. I mean, it's pretty crazy.
I don't think people necessarily want parity as badly as I think everybody thinks they do, but I think it is. I don't know if it's good or bad for the league, but it is going to be exciting because there's multiple teams that will be. We've talked about this at length. There's always there's great League Pass teams to watch on League Pass, But this year there's going to be even more.
Yeah.
Like there's so many. Pretty much every team has some intrigue.
Yeah.
To watching them this year.
We're talking like parity. It's like since like what 1980, there's been a total of 7 teams maybe that have actually won an NBA championship. Like the Lakers, Celtics. You got the Heat. You got the Mavs, the Spurs.
That's 5.
The Warriors.
Yeah.
Like there's barely like this idea that everyone's playing on this level ground of like teams are gonna win.
Yeah.
And this idea that your team's gonna win. It's like not like it's been like the same like handful of teams in the past like 3 or 4 decades. And that's how it's always been though.
Yeah.
Like if you got like that's the thing about LeBron. It's like if you got this generation like a guy like KD, if you got a guy like that, generational talent, that team's going to probably win at some point.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have one of those guys, like you're like there's no chance.
Did you
like even the Mavs? Like you got Dirk Nowitzki.
Kawhi.
That's like like these ideas of like the greatest players like top 20 of all time. Like if you have one of those, you have to basically just go all in like at some point because it never like your chances of winning again are not very likely.
So let's talk about in the West. What teams do you think have a legit chance of winning it all? Lakers and Clippers are the 2 obvious ones.
Yeah.
I think the Rockets have a legit chance, but they got to figure a lot out. A lot. Like it's gonna be interesting to see like how Russ and Harden play together.
He might be hurt too.
Yeah, Russ did get hurt the other night. They're not sure what's going on. I haven't
the hand he got surgery on twice. He was holding it and ran straight to the locker room after a foul. So
if
not good.
Yeah, if that's serious, like torn ligaments, like something, that could be. But I think that team obviously I'm not putting any trust or I would never put anything on them like money wise or trust or anything like that because like those 2 guys are both like those guys are both just flame outs when it comes to the playoffs. But I think that team is a legit shot.
Yeah,
I still think the Warriors have a chance.
Oh yeah, I think
the Warriors are going to be one of those teams. It's either like it depends on Klay if he gets back in time, but that team could either possibly be in the Western Conference Finals or possibly miss the playoffs.
Yeah, a lot of it's going to depend on how fast Klay returns and how well. I mean, Steph's going to be great this year.
Yeah,
it depends on his health. A lot's going to depend on the mileage that they put on Steph through the regular season and his health.
Because they're literally one ankle roll away from basically being like in the top 5 of the draft. Yeah.
What other teams are in the West?
Who else we forget?
The Mavs are going to be really, really fun to
Porzingis
watch. Porzingis and Luka Doncic. They're going to be pretty good.
That's a duo right there is so great to build around. Great duo
Excellent.
to build around. They're both like what 24 and under.
Yeah,
like Luka's maybe 19.
So maybe not like this year, but maybe in a couple of years if they stay together, they'll be stupid good of a team.
And Mark Cuban's the type of owner that doesn't care. He'll spend the money.
Oh yeah,
he'll do whatever it takes. I think
definitely. See, that's crazy. Just that many teams. It used to not be like that at all.
No, it was like the Warriors.
Only team how about the Spurs? How the Spurs doing?
Nah, they'll be borderline playoff. I think they'll be like between the 6 and like.
The Spurs will be in the playoffs.
You think so?
Yeah, it's the Spurs.
You just got to count them. Yeah, you got to count them in.
Dejounte Murray's going to be back.
That's true.
And I assume.
I would imagine
he missed the whole year last year because of an injury in the preseason. He's a budding. I think he's going to have I haven't thought. So I asked you to come prepared with predictions for a number of things, including individual awards and postseason finishes for different teams, and that's my early pick for most improved is Dejounte Murray. I don't know if he necessarily qualifies.
Yeah.
Because he was injured last year, but I think Dejounte Murray could have a really, really great year and make the Spurs not a contender. They don't have the pieces to be a contender, but I think the Spurs will creep into the playoffs like they always do.
Yeah. The only thing is for them, like normally I think they get in, but the West is just so loaded. Like we didn't talk about, we still got the Nuggets, you still got the Jazz.
Yeah.
The Blazers are still going to be really good.
Oh, the Blazers, that's who I'm thinking.
Yeah, you got the Blazers, you got the Kings, who people are going to sleep on. The Kings are a legit chance.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I mean, you got to think at one point last year, I don't know if you knew, but they were like 20-12 or something real early in the season.
Had a great year.
And then Marvin Bagley got hurt. They got so much young talent. If they can keep that core together.
How are the Grizzlies? Or that's the East. That's East.
No, Grizzlies still in the West.
They are in the West?
Yeah, Grizzlies in the West. But the thing is with them, like they'll be good in a couple years. They got that Ja Morant and then Jaren Jackson Jr. and they can build around.
Are
and
the Grizzlies in the West?
Yeah. Because remember they beat it was Zebo, Zach Randolph, and them when they beat the Mavs as an 8 seed.
I've never thought about that.
Well, I mean, you got to think who else is like, I don't know, the way they divide
Minnesota
stuff up.
is in the West too.
Yeah. That is weird.
That's interesting. I never thought about that from a geographical standpoint.
Real quick though, you're talking about your most improved player.
Yeah.
You want to hear my most improved player of the year? Miles Bridges. He had a terrible rookie year. Like he averaged, like he even came out and said it, and so I think he's one of those guys. Like he's gonna be the Hornets' probably best player. Like honestly, like Scary
him and
Terry.
Nicholas Batum.
No, Nicholas Batum sucks.
No,
he doesn't suck.
he got that strap. He's got that strap.
But I think Miles Bridges wouldn't. I think he's a chance to win.
Nicholas Batum is a great third or fourth piece on a championship team. Like incredible.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that.
He's not going to be a first or second option on a championship team, but Nicholas Batum would be an incredible piece.
But they're giving that guy like $27 million a year.
Who, Batum?
Yeah,
too much.
Holy cow!
Michael Jordan's got a million.
But too much.
But too much. Wow, nice.
Nice, dude. But it's just like the Hornets. Like Michael Jordan has no clue what he's doing. Like you give Scary Terry like a 3-year, 4-year, 16 mil a year deal. That's stupid.
You did?
Yeah. So I think Miles Bridges could be the most improved because like he had a terrible year last year.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, I figured you'd like that. I figured there's a good chance the offense is almost going to run through him.
Dang.
But I also, if there's a comeback player of the year, I don't know if they have one of those. Do they have comeback player of the year?
They may.
Because I could see Dejounte Murray winning that then for sure. Because I think
they do. Yeah.
Because he's a first team all defense point guard type guy, and he can score 12 to 15 on a nightly basis and hand out like 8 assists in that system, and then play great defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think Harden gets the scoring title?
No, I think Steph Curry does.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, because like Steph's like the offense is literally going to run through Steph.
It's going to be really exciting to watch the Warriors.
It's going to be ridiculous what the actual top scorers are going to be scoring.
Steph just flinging that fucking ball at the rim.
It's going to be high 30s a game for him to win that.
And then Draymond's going to be shooting threes, and he looks like he got a backpack on.
Yeah, he does.
Holy crap!
You ever watch him shoot?
No.
It looks
well, yeah, but
you know how in high school you walk around and you got a book bag and you're like, give me the ball, and you shoot it. That's how Draymond Green shoots.
Holy shit! Wow.
It's like this.
That's really good.
Yeah, you never.
Is there a video where somebody like puts it back?
I'll find some, dude.
There has to be. Is there one? Have you seen one?
I've seen a couple. Yeah, it's so funny
where somebody puts a backpack on them. That's hilarious.
That is funny. I don't know why I was watching the last like 10 minutes of the finals of the Cavs beat the Warriors in the Bay
2016,
and Draymond, I never noticed it but I watched it. Draymond takes a wide open three before all of that happened. All those crazy sequences happened. Draymond took a three and obviously did not make it.
Yeah, and
I was like, man, that was probably killer to them because they are also in Game 7 because he missed the game. He missed the game before that. Is that a meme with like they put a backpack on?
Yeah, they put a backpack on.
Man,
it's not a very good like animation.
Yeah, let me see if I can find some more.
It really does. That's funny.
That's funny.
So last year's Western Conference playoffs were the Warriors, the Nuggets, the Rockets, the Trailblazers, the Jazz, the Clippers. Is that right? Yeah, the Clippers, the Thunder, and the Spurs. Yeah. So it'll more than
you got to take the Thunder out probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Thunder, and then who replaces the Thunder then? Because the Jazz were in it. The Kings maybe.
That's the only thing. That's as I have a sleeper team, and I got Kings listed next.
Who's on the Kings?
Marvin Bagley, De'Aaron Fox, who is going to be.
They're really young.
Yeah.
But they had a good like.
The Bogdanovich, he's going to come off the bench. Buddy Hield, dude, they're going to be. They basically went through the draft.
Buddy's nice.
Yeah,
Buddy's nice.
He did turn down that big deal basically the other day. They offered him like a 4-year $90 mil, and he said no. He wants a max. So they got to figure that out.
Did you hear about D'Angelo Russell saying that him and Karl Anthony Towns and Devin Booker will play on a team together?
Oh, jeez.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Congrats. Like that. Yeah.
I was curious to know what you would say about that.
So I saw a thing from ESPN wrote in like 2016 a list of the top 20 best players that was going to be in the NBA like this season starting. Andrew Wiggins was the best, listed as number 1, and like Towns was number 2 or 3.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So obviously,
Andrew Wiggins was a bust.
I wouldn't
but
say
he wasn't like your traditional bust where
No.
like he's still in the league. A lot of busts are like not in the league at this point. What is he in his like 6th or 7th year maybe?
2014 was his first year. So what is this? Probably his 6 years. This is probably his 6th year.
A traditional bust would be like out of the league in 6 years.
Anthony Bennett.
Yeah, but he's just kind of like he just didn't pan out to what people thought he was going to.
Well,
He never developed a jump shot, basically.
Well, they called him like Canada Jordan, Air Canada. Like basically, he had all this hype. Like he was going to be the next big thing, and I don't know. He just the way he plays, like he's one of those guys. Like if you watch, he'll just stand in a corner for half the game and like just be uninterested. And then at the end of the game, you look up and he'll have like still 18 points and like 6 rebounds and like a couple assists. But it's the most unimpactful point, like the stat line you could possibly have.
Yep.
Like as great as that guy could be, because he's such an athletic freak in the fact that like defensively he could guard anybody if he really wanted to. But he just doesn't care, I think. He just has no interest. Like, there's times, like, if you watch him play, it's like, does this guy even like basketball?
Yeah.
Like, does he like basketball?
Yeah, he's just hanging out, making money.
And I hate Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, because that is a very millennial three
Absolutely.
group. What is that? What's that fucking called?
The Big Three?
That is a very millennial big three. D'Angelo Russell with the Snapchat videos with what's his name? Karl Anthony Towns with all the
crying. He cries after every call.
Yeah.
Well, and
So
just
like, come on, man, come on.
I mean, a lot of guys in the NBA cry after every call.
But he looks like he's actually
annoys
crying.
the hell out of me.
And
Devin Booker.
I like Devin Booker. Devin Booker is
Wet like
the
a
least pussy of those three.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. There's a video that surfaced this summer. Him playing pickup ball, and they went to run a double team at him, and he's like, he just checked it up, and he's like, no double teaming. It's like, dude, you're playing ball. If you're the best player on the other team, even pick a ball, and you got like Joakim Noah and some of these dudes playing against you, they're gonna double you because they want to win. Like, if there's no one else on your team that's any good, what do you expect? There's a reason you've won 25 games a year, and like you're 4 or 5 years in the league. Like I get it. Like the Suns are a joke.
That was like a talking point through the summer.
Yeah.
You know, like in the dead of the summer, that was like one of the things that everybody was talking about in the NBA was do you double team?
Yeah, like KD came out and said, no, just let's like we're working on our game. It's like good, work on your game by yourself. When you're playing, you're like, I'm gonna
makes you better.
Yeah, like I'm trying to win when I play.
Kobe said something about it, didn't he?
Yeah,
I think but a lot of people talked about it. Yeah.
He's like, I welcomed that because it made me better.
Yeah, Kobe was like, bring 3 guys at me.
Yeah.
So
I thought this would be a good question since Zion's probably the most similar.
You see he's hurt?
It's not a serious thing.
Yeah, but he's out at like 2 to 3 weeks. That sucks though because he opens up. They open up for Tuesday night in the doubleheader.
It kind of puts a damper on opening night.
Shit,
and Paul George isn't going to be playing for the Clippers on opening night. I think he's supposed to miss like at least 10 to 15 games. The first 10 to 15. So a lot of the like the Clippers may not have their 2 best play or one of their 2 best players.
And they're going to load manage obviously.
The Rockets may not have Russell Westbrook. I mean,
yeah.
But
there's still going to be a lot of fun things to watch.
The most similar player to LeBron since we've been watching NBA. I took LeBron's stats like Daub would because he's a basketball nerd. And LeBron's first year in the NBA, he shot 41%. He had 6 assists, 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 steals, and almost 1 block a game. How do you think Zion would be?
Can you say those again?
21 points a game, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 41% from the field, and 2 steals. His first year as an 18-year-old kid.
He probably shoots a higher percentage from the field.
Yeah, because it's all layups and dunks.
Zion will shoot probably a better percentage. I don't think he probably scores
he'll probably
as many points.
Yeah, he'll be close to 20, but I don't think he'll be 21, 22.
He may, what was LeBron, 10 rebounds?
10
he may
rebounds.
be a little under that.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll probably have as many rebounds.
And 6 assists.
I don't think he'll have as many assists.
Yeah, I don't.
I think it all is probably lower than points. May be close or maybe a little above, but the rest probably under.
He was the first rookie to average like 20 plus in the preseason. I think in NBA history.
Really?
Zion was this year.
Jeez. I was gonna
not
guess,
that preseason matters. It's preseason. You know, like
I was gonna guess he'd score more than 20 because the NBA's kind of changed.
Yeah, like I could see it, but
since how
well,
long
and that
LeBron-
team is really young. Like he's going to be a focal point. So yeah, you're probably right. The scoring is probably higher than LeBron's, but assists won't be. I could see rebounds being close. So probably shoot a higher field goal percentage.
Yeah, probably.
That team's gonna be real fun to watch. Real fun to
Depends
watch.
on what he does. Like it'll be interesting to see like how many threes he takes a game, Zion, because Alvin Gentry. I was watching the Road Trippin' podcast with Jared Dudley, and Channing Frye was talking about when he was in Phoenix. Alvin Gentry was like a big part of like him beginning to take threes. Alvin Gentry was an assistant coach on that team, and he was shooting long twos. And Alvin Gentry's like, "Why are you shooting that? Take a step back. We're not going to take you out of the game if you take a three and miss it. We're going to take you out of the game if you don't shoot a three." So Alvin Gentry, being Zion's head coach, is going to be somebody that he's not going to take he's not going to let him be Ben Simmons.
Oh,
He's going to encourage him to shoot threes.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how many threes he takes a game and how well he shoots the three, because that's going to be a really big, like if he can develop a shot quicker than LeBron was able to develop a 3-point shot, he could. Then the sky's the limit, really.
Yeah.
It's all going to really revolve around his ability to shoot.
But something I always pay attention to is how someone shoots the ball. He kind of shoots a set shot three.
It's kind of like Draymond's
That's what I was
three a
about to
little
say.
bit.
It's
Yeah.
like he's got a
It's
little
not.
backpack
It kind
on
of
him.
like Ben Simmons. But in other words, and then the exact opposite is you got Russell Westbrook, who jumps 4 feet in the air and does it. He can shoot any way, going any speed, going around. Zion, he doesn't jump.
Russell Westbrook's not a very good shooter.
Well, no, but I'm just saying form wise.
From three.
Form wise, how is Zion even going to be? I know he's tall, but like
Zion's actually
How
like
you-
6'5", 6'6".
Is he?
Yeah, because this year was the first year they actually like legit measure these dudes for like the height, and a lot of these guys were like listed 2 inches
I saw that.
less than what they were last year. Like
Saw
they
that.
listed Draymond at 6'6",
jeez.
and we always thought he was like
or
6'7",
without book bag.
probably with
With book bag.
bringing him back a little bit. But it's like this idea, like I don't know, like if you wear shoes, it helps.
Yeah.
Like it's an extra like half inch to an inch
Yeah.
at most. But I don't know if they're without shoes. But like
Yeah.
they were bringing these guys down
Yeah.
from this like new whatever actual rule for listed real heights.
Did you guys see the memes of Simmons just making that three?
Yeah.
In the preseason, that was some of the funniest memes I've seen in a long time.
He pulled up from like
Holy
30
cow.
feet. Did you see that? You
No.
saw he hit a three in preseason. Like he
From
brought
30 feet.
It was like 25 feet. It was like 3 or 4 feet behind the 3-point line. He brought it up, and they're up like 30, beating some like NBL team from Australia or whatever.
okay.
And like he just walks it up, and everyone's like standing there, just standing around and doing one of these, like shoot it, just shoot it. And he just walks in and he goes and hits
Makes it.
and everyone just goes nuts.
It's pretty funny.
And they're up like 40, but
Yeah.
There was one of the memes I saw was people took videos of bars when they were all cheering from some game, and
Is
it
it
was
that
all
one
these
up-
different bars around the U.S. and it shows them all cheering once he makes the three. It was a pretty good meme.
good for him, man.
It's pretty funny. His shot's ugly as hell though.
Oh yeah.
Still.
Well, I don't know if it's true, but like I think he's right-handed. He does everything right-handed besides he shoots left-handed.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't,
LeBron writes
He's
left.
he's amphibious.
LeBron's right-handed but writes left-handed. Some guys are like that. He's like freak athletes.
he's amphibious.
He's
as Sloan
amphibious.
would say.
I want to make my kid amphibious. I want him to do both really well, like
Yeah.
bat and do everything both ways.
I hate to interject, but amphibious,
Oh, I know.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
make sure
yeah.
because the way you said it, I was like,
Yeah.
shit. I think Colin knows, but
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if we were supposed to.
Ambidex.
Yep.
Amphibious.
Ludacris says he's ambidextrous. He slaps ass with both hands.
Shout out to Ludacris.
Shout out to Ludacris. All right, Dob. What else? Come on. What kind of stats you got to report on?
I don't have any stats. All right, so, off the top of your head, who do you think? Let's go with like your first team, All NBA. Can we do All NBA teams? I just want to hear. We can just go through
Yeah.
like. So it'd be basically like you need 3 guards and like 2 bigs normally. So 3 guards, 2 forwards.
Yeah, they've changed it.
Yeah.
It's now
Like,
now
it's what-
3
yeah.
guards and 2 forwards.
like the All-Star
yeah.
voting. So
Steph Curry at the point guard. I think
Okay.
that we can all agree
Yeah.
on that, right?
Yep.
In the West.
Yeah. See, my My first team is 4 guys from the West, one guy from the East, and the All NBA.
The All NBA
First,
team.
yeah, not like just All Star.
Can we all agree that Steph Curry will be the one
I think
on the All NBA team?
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah, unless barring some injury.
Yeah.
I think he'll be in there.
Klay Thompson's not playing most of the season, so he won't. I could see Bradley Beal having a really great season and potentially. I don't know. Never mind.
I have him on. I have him in my third.
It'll depend whether or not he gets traded, because that's a potential. Like, he could potentially not play for the Wizards this whole season.
He's just signed that big contract though for 2 years, that extension.
Yeah,
but I mean that's still like that could be good trade value though, because you have him locked up for another 2 years.
Yeah.
So I think they got somebody's got to trade for him because he fits. He's like a Klay Thompson. He can fit and play with anybody.
Yeah,
he can play anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's one of those guys.
I really wanted the Cavs to pick him up after they lost. Was it after they lost the third one? They lost the first against the Warriors, then they won the second, and then they lost the third. Yeah. After that third loss, I really wanted them.
Left. Yeah.
It was before Kyrie left, like in that off season. I really wanted them to pick up Bradley Beal because he would have balanced out the whole game pretty much, being able to be basically Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
I guess potentially the rest of the All NBA team could be the Clippers and the Lakers. It could be Kawhi, Paul George, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, and LeBron.
About Harden.
I have him in my second.
Maybe take out Paul George and put Harden in.
Yeah. So I'll just list my first team.
Okay.
So I got Curry at the 1. I got Damian Lillard at the 2.
Okay.
And I got LeBron at the 3. That's I guess technically would be like my back court, I guess.
Yeah.
Because they're saying LeBron's going to play at the point.
Yeah.
And then I think Giannis and then Nikola Jokic, the Joker. I think that's my first team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Second team, I got Anthony Davis and Joel Embiid as my front court. Kyrie, Kawhi, and James Harden. And then my third team, I got Ben Simmons, Brad Beal. I got De'Aaron Fox sneaking in there. Blake Griffin and Porzingis.
Yeah, you thought about that way more than I did.
Yeah.
That's typical
Your first
Daub.
team is way better.
That's typical Daub.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be multiple players from
Yeah.
It won't
And,
be
like,
multiple players from it's the same team.
And that's why, like, my third team, I got like three guys from the East.
Who was your first team again?
LeBron. I got Curry, Dame, LeBron, Giannis, and Jokic.
Yeah. I could see Dame and Kawhi, maybe Dame and Kawhi swapping first and second team.
Yeah. The only thing with Kawhi, they're going to load manage. He's only going to play 65 games probably this year.
Yeah, but he's going to play well in those 65 games.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys ready to talk about China?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We can talk about China.
I think it needs to be talked about.
We probably should talk about that.
Yeah, LeBron, I don't know. It's interesting.
For a guy that's been so great when it comes to all like media stuff and saying the right thing all the time, and he's got like a media specialist like he like talks to and everything. He probably said, honestly, probably almost close like to the worst thing he probably could have said.
Yeah.
It's just interesting that he's always been so pro speaking out and like I think what made him upset is that if a player, I think he said this a little bit, but if
I know where you're going.
If a player, a black player,
but he's wrong though. That I think he's wrong.
Okay.
So go finish what you're saying.
If a black player would have said or potentially fucked up like $1 billion maybe in China, that they probably would have got fined by the NBA. Yeah. And Daryl Morey, being a white general manager, it hasn't received any kind of punishment.
But I think
I just don't like calling for the cancellation in air quotes of people for something that LeBron preaches on a daily basis, being able to speak your mind. You know,
like I get where LeBron's
the liberation of people in general.
Mm-hmm. Like this idea, like LeBron, if the uneducated and misinformed part about Daryl Morey was where I think he messed up. Like I think if he leaves that out and just kind of like if he says what I think he's really feeling, kind of about how like Daryl Morey should have waited to tweet it which I think 100% should have waited to tweet that. You can't tweet that out when you got guys going to China, knowing China, like how bad it is. Like that government, like that government.
It was really, really poor timing.
Yeah. So then you had to send these big time athletes over there.
This thing has been going on in Hong Kong. Is it Hong Kong?
Yeah, the protest.
This thing's been going on for a long time, like longer than
we've been alive, pretty much.
Well, the protests haven't, but
the whole like communist government. So since like 1950, the communist never.
It's longer, a lot longer than that.
But since 1950, that government is like mass genocide. Like it's killed 35 million Chinese people.
They also have 2 billion people, so it doesn't really put much of a dent.
Yeah, but
in
it's
their
still
population.
35 million people.
It's probably good for their population. Honestly.
Honestly.
Population control.
I mean, the Earth is way too populated already. So I mean.
I just feel like
the timing really Daryl Morey tweeting that while the NBA, it was literally right as the players were going to China.
Should have waited till they got back.
Yeah, the timing was really, really bad.
It was,
and I don't think Daryl Morey's misinformed. And that part of that's sort of like what the Chinese government uses as like their way of like, oh, if you don't understand like what we do and how we regulate our people, you're just misinformed. We don't treat these people poorly. You're just misinformed.
Yeah.
But then they don't really tell you how you're misinformed or like the big picture of it all. Yeah.
But, so like going back to like this idea that LeBron or like a black athlete, I mean, the $1 billion is what really affects it. Like I get the money situation. But, I mean, he did just tweet out and call the president a bum. So, like, this idea that, like, and there was no repercussions there.
Well, that's different. Because,
yeah, that's the thing. There's no money really lost.
Yeah, well, in America, you have freedom of speech. You can do that.
Yeah, but, like, but Daryl Morey's still technically using his freedom of speech.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
But he's speaking about a country that doesn't have freedom of speech.
Which is what's scary. Because, like, obviously they basically shut down the NBA already. In a week.
Yeah.
Not only did he fuck up the NBA's money, but he could have potentially. I mean, he fucks up a lot of players that go to China to sell their shoes.
Like Klay Thompson lost his sneaker deal with the Anta. I think there was a bunch of like NBA. Like they took the whole Rocket stuff off of like the out of stores.
It'll be interesting to see how that develops throughout this basketball season.
Yeah.
Because the Rockets usually, periodically, it seems like a couple times per year, they wear the Chinese uniforms.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like that's what also LeBron's saying. Like Daryl Morey is misinformed. That dude, out of anybody in the NBA, knows more about China than anybody. He's been dealing with China because like the Rockets signed Yao Ming in like 2001, and he was like he's been in that front office since like 2006. So this idea that Daryl Morey was misinformed, like he is the biggest guy when it comes to the NBA dealing with China because he literally. Like Yao Ming, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like in China, with the Rockets, has been like the biggest brand in China, and he's basically been like the guy that's done all the work.
This goes to show the influence and the microscope that LeBron James has around him because
that's what I want to talk about.
LeBron doesn't often misspeak.
Yeah.
He doesn't often say the quote unquote wrong thing. Mm-hmm. And he did once. I mean, this happens to a lot of people. Like you say something and people want to fucking call you out and trash you on Twitter. Basically, it happens to everybody. Yeah, pretty much.
I think like it almost caught him. Like if you watch the interview or whatever, it was like he kind of just wasn't sure what to say because he didn't know how to go about it, and because he just kind of rambles. Like it's just like a long ongoing ramble for like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
So it's like it's hard to really blame him too much because if you're put in that spot, it's like after he says some stuff, he probably was like, you can tell he's like, oh shit, like I didn't see
I just heard it
because literally like an hour or whatever, a couple of hours after that, like I think they had a game, the preseason game, and then he went and like tweeted 2 times like right after. So it's like if you're in that situation, it'd be real hard to like answer that question like. And not step on like anybody's toes, really.
Yeah,
I heard some people saying that he didn't have to say anything, and that he like waited like a week or so to like develop this whole thing, and that he could have just not said anything. I disagree. I think that all the things we've talked about, LeBron being the really like outspoken person that he is. I mean, he's changed the way that NBA players speak publicly about their lives and like with uninterrupted, like you go straight to the source. You can fucking
you don't let the media just twist
put
it.
whatever you want on your own Instagram and your own Snapchat, and a lot of that's aided by social media. But LeBron just being this really outspoken person. Yeah, I think LeBron had to say something about it.
Well, he's the face of the NBA too.
Yeah,
like,
he's
that guy
the face
has
of the
to say something.
NBA. He has to at least speak on it a little bit. He just misspoke a little bit, really. I mean, like, he used a couple words that changed the narrative of what he was saying, really. If he wouldn't have said the words misinformed. Yeah. If he would have just maybe spoke on the timing. Yeah,
that's literally, if he just spoke just on the timing, like, I wish you would have waited, like, it's good to see.
But I think that even if Daryl, like looking back at it, like, all they did was cancel some preseason games, and like the preseason, I'm sure they made, like, if those preseason games would have played, they probably would have made a couple $1 million on those preseason games. But like, even if he said what he said now, maybe the Hong Kong riots are still going on, and it still would have had an impact.
Yeah, like, the thing is, like, they took the games off TV already in China for the NBA. Yeah. Like, that, it was that quick. Like, those games are supposed to be nationally televised in China, those preseason games, took them off right away.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So, like, that's the thing is, like, that's what's crazy. It's like a guy in America says something about, and then China just, like, wipes it all off. Yeah. Like, just took everything away.
So that's what I want to talk about, is kind of like LeBron. Now, obviously, he's the extent of this situation, but like, in this world now where the athlete is bigger, is more popular, or at least they think they are more popular, or bigger, more important than the brand. So in other words, like Antonio Brown thinking he's bigger than the NFL. Yeah. LeBron now, I mean, LeBron's different. He's obviously
the NBA is a totally different thing.
But if you take these guys, if you take these superstars that are still just like your Westbrooks and stuff that aren't the face, but he still thinks he's bigger and he's fine, and they all have this invincible. They all have this invincible, like, nothing can touch me, because they're still making millions from their jobs. I feel like they're doing a lot of bad to all these impressionable kids that idolize these athletes, and they're thinking like, oh, Antonio Brown can act like that, and then you got 15-year-old kid that's in high school that kind of has an attitude problem, and Antonio Brown's his favorite player. Now he's just going to start acting worse.
Well, it didn't turn out great for Antonio Brown.
No, and I was glad to see that happen, because and I think it's just hurting a lot of people now, because like, you got, and LeBron is a reputable person, but like, I feel like that it's I don't know, there's no answer to it, but like, LeBron has his following for a reason. But you know how many kids that don't know about politics, and the fact that he's tweeting about Trump being a bum, that's so bad, I feel like, because these kids are literally going to think like, oh, if LeBron doesn't like Donald Trump, I'm not going to like Donald Trump. Well, I think before they even think twice about.
I don't put that on LeBron,
nobody does
though.
Their research.
Yeah, I don't put that on LeBron. It's just like, people nowadays with social media, there's kids and stuff are so impressionable. Yeah. That I think it's just that I think that's also a problem. Like, part of it could be LeBron, I guess. Like, but like, he's using his right to free speech, whatever. Well, like, I have no problem with him. Doing whatever, saying that. It's just like, kids nowadays and people nowadays are so influenced by like the social media, and just like, instead of just doing research, they see a headline, and let's say like the headline says something, just as a grab, like a headline grab. Kids will almost just believe that instead of actually reading the article.
Yeah. Everybody, it's not just kids.
Or like I'm just So we're just in a weird time.
It's very weird, dude. It's very weird. It's just, I don't know, the fact that they are able to just. Yeah, like I said,
there's nothing wrong with like being empowered and like teaching these kids that like you can sort of create your own whatever you want for yourself. Yeah. But I think that there's no like regulation on it. Sort of. I don't know if regulation is the best word for it.
No, but that's not freedom of speech then. If it's regulated.
You don't see like maybe the negatives or the downside to like these guys making millions of dollars, and they've got beautiful women around them, and they're living this amazing life, and they don't necessarily like. They saw Antonio Brown's antics, but then they don't really think about the fact that like, oh, now he's not in the NFL. Yeah, like, and now nobody wants to sign him, and like, they just, Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like you got all the. It's like celebrities, actors. They all have their comments and stuff like that. And obviously everybody's got their opinions, but they all have these comments and state, and they tweet and they put it on the TV, on talk shows. But they live about politics, even though they aren't affected nothing like the average human being is.
Yeah, all these actors in Hollywood don't want Donald Trump to build a wall around Mexico, and they all live in gated communities.
Yeah.
Well, just like this, even if you look in DC though, like predominantly it's like 99% white old dudes.
Yeah.
Like really.
Yeah.
So like this idea, like it's just how it is everywhere in like every grouping.
Yep.
Like you got the celebrities, and then you got these like they don't give a shit about like the middle class, like people like us really like.
Yeah.
And then even the like political figures, like they don't really care.
No.
Like,
It doesn't matter what race you are
like,
either. We're the same color as the Donald Trump's whole regime, but they don't give a fuck about us.
No, both. It's just how it. Yeah, and like even in DC, like these people live like the political figures. They're in DC. DC is a totally different lifestyle and like compared to the rest of what we deal with. So it's the idea like, oh, I've been through what you went through. No, you haven't. Like you've been out here. You're protected. You walk around with CIA members and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you have no clue. Even like just I don't know.
Secret Service.
Yeah.
Members, Secret Service. Members,
Whatever. It's
CIA.
yeah. Well, thanks, bub.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So taking it back to sports, it's interesting.
Sorry.
Well, no, it's still it's
You can
still
do
going to be
anything
in
on this
that,
podcast.
It's still going to be in that same vein. Like athletes now are being paid. Like the people that you were talking about, Russell Westbrook, like all these guys that are paid millions and millions of dollars to play a sport, are really flashy and like, they're just living this like really luxurious, flashy lifestyle, and they think that they're really rich, but they're getting paid by the owners who are paying. Not just you, but they're paying the other guy that has a max contract on your team, and they're paying the whole salary of the team, the coaching staff.
Yep.
They finance, like the operations staff, like they
own the building.
And these guys,
it's like a two-way street. Like
those guys are the rich people that should be flaunting their money,
Correct.
that aren't, and living
Correct.
this.
And I feel like
these guys think they're rich, but they're not.
No, and they think they're bigger than the sport. And I feel like I'm not going to name names, I guess, obviously other than Tony Brown, but I feel like there's a lot of the culture now is these athletes, because of their followings on the internet, they have this I'm bigger than my sport I play. But they only think that because they're making millions and almost damn near billions by the time, in 20, 30 years now. They only have that because of how much they make from their sport. If they stopped playing and they stopped making money, everything changes.
Yeah.
Just like in Tony Brown now. He doesn't
the league wouldn't fall apart even if LeBron left right now.
No.
The NBA is still going to be really great.
Yeah. I just think
the NBA does revolve a lot more heavily than any other league around its players.
Stars.
Yeah. It's one of those things. It's like a two-way street. It's like there'd be no NBA without the owners, because they're the ones that have all the money, but there'd also be no NBA if there was without the players.
Yeah.
And they just that's where that collective bargaining agreement and like the NFL
There's a GM strike right now.
Yeah.
And GM's about ready to give in.
Yeah.
It's gone on for like 4 weeks, and they're starting to realize like, oh fuck, this is really affecting our bottom line with these. I mean, good for the GM people going on strike, because I'm sure that those people who don't make a lot of money are really, really struggling without a paycheck.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they're receiving some sort of income from their union. I'm sure it's not very good, while they're on strike. Yeah. But it's a lot harder on them than it is on GM's bottom line.
Yeah.
And now GM's probably going to fold because
they have to.
They pretty much have to. Because the workers, while they're not as big as the corporation, the corporation can't run without the workers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, let me read my notes.
Oh jeez.
What do you got? What do you got next?
Yeah. Let's do.
I was just okay. So
Daub, you want to talk about artificial intelligence?
Yeah, dude. I don't know how many times I said that last night, but it was probably close to 100.
That's probably pretty.
I was like, no, it was artificial intelligence. But hey.
Yeah.
That episode,
do you think,
will come out later in the week? So you're listening to a episode recorded on Sunday morning. Currently, last night we recorded a really fucking long episode where Daub said artificial intelligence about 175
I was extremely
times.
intoxicated. Don't take anything I said for.
So that's a little teaser for this Wednesday's episode.
It was probably pretty funny though, wasn't it?
Based on Daub's beliefs, they were not going to be watching LeBron James playing basketball 20 years from now. It's going to be robots that just know exactly how to shoot the ball in the hoop perfectly every time they shoot it, because everything's AI, bro. Everything's AI, bro.
NBA would be so boring, dude.
Oh yeah,
everything would go in.
It's like BattleBots the show, man.
You ever think we'll get to some point like that though, with like the sports?
Oh my gosh.
All right, segue.
Maybe for refereeing, yeah.
Yeah, the refereeing.
I wouldn't mind that.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Like the sky cams. I was watching tennis, and what's crazy about tennis, and what tennis does really
sorry, Ben.
What tennis has done a really good job of.
That's true.
Like they literally, like obviously the ball's going really fast, and it's like you got these line judges, but they have like I know
what you're talking about.
Like the sky cams and all these different angles, where they literally can like review a play or the serve
and see
if
where
it's
the
in
ball
out
hit
in like
exactly.
5 seconds. But the fact that the NFL, which is more money involved,
Oh,
and the
yeah.
NBA, more money involved, hasn't figured this out, and it takes them like 5 minutes to figure something
the
out.
NBA replay thing fucking stresses me the fuck
terrible,
out.
dude.
Dude.
And the
It's
NFL
awful.
is, like, talking about replay, the NFL is so bad too. Like, it's so bad. Like, both of them are just so bad.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways.
Okay. All right. My NBA Finals matchup,
Okay.
Lakers-Sixers.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
it's Lakers. Lakers are, in my opinion, the overwhelming favorite to win it all.
You
Really?
think so? You think so?
I think so.
Dude, they
I think
looked
so, too.
so good
I think so, too.
the other day.
I think so, too.
Damn.
But the Clippers,
I just think maybe not like, I don't think that they're necessarily going to win like easily.
No.
But I think most people are picking the Lakers too. It's really, you're not going out, like none of us are going out on a limb by saying the Lakers
No.
are the favorite to win it all.
I think the
most
Clippers,
people think that.
Clippers are actually technically, like, if you want to go like odds and stuff,
Yeah,
the favorite.
they are. The Vegas odds are the
Yeah,
Clippers,
but I still
yeah.
think the Lakers. I think the Lakers are better.
Can you imagine how wild it's going to be if they end up playing each other in the
Dude,
conference, and it's in the same building?
I think that's more than
Holy
that's
cow.
very
Yeah.
likely to happen, and I really fucking hope it does.
That is nuts,
Dude,
It's going to be ridiculous.
home games or whatever you want to say for the Clippers, it's going to be more Lakers fans.
Clippers and
Oh,
Lakers
yeah.
are the two favorite teams to win. I'm sorry, I'm talking to my wife Callie. So Clippers and Lakers, I don't know if she knows this. They're both favorite to win the finals this year, and they play in the same building. It's the Los Angeles Clippers and Los Angeles Lakers. They play in the exact same building, so they could potentially play in the playoffs in they're both of their building.
Do they?
The same
Hey,
building.
son, I got a question. Son,
They won't share a building for much longer.
No, I think
the
Steve
Clippers
Ballmer-
the Clippers are owned by Steve Ballmer, who's the CEO of Microsoft, and I think he's in the process of putting together a building for the Clippers. But the Clippers have always sucked.
Yeah.
It's technically the Lakers building.
It's really the Lakers building, like the Staples Center. If you say Staples Center and you associate it with a team, it's by far the Lakers. But the Clippers in the last 8 years or so,
basically since he got him.
yeah, pretty
Really?
much since he took over. Well, when Chris Paul and Blake, when Chris Paul went there, that's when it started.
true,
Lob
yeah.
City, and that was
With what's that guy's name?
yeah.
Did you watch listen to that podcast I talked to you about?
No,
Because what's crazy about that, like I never realized, but Bus family obviously owns the Lakers.
yeah,
They wouldn't own the Lakers if it wasn't for that guy that owned the Clippers.
Donald Sterling.
Sterling gave Bus money to basically buy the Lakers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then he saw that because he almost bought him. He thought about buying him, and then what was crazy is like saw how much fun Bus was having, like basically creating this huge brand of the Lakers and like the party atmosphere and stuff at the games. That he was like, "Fuck, I want to do this." So he bought the Clippers, but he didn't really care about like the team and like the games and winning.
What do you mean, man? What do you mean?
He just wanted the lifestyle that Bus had, where they like party and like all these lounges at this, like, you know, because like
Yeah, that's
people used to go to
interesting.
Lakers games more for the atmosphere and the party and than the actual game. And the game was just like a bonus.
I thought Donald Sterling loved black people.
I mean, hey,
No,
nah. Yeah,
Okay, so what's your finals matchup?
I definitely have the Lakers in there, but I don't know. I feel like the Bucks. I said Bucks because
Yeah.
just because
I just think the Bucks lost too much.
Think so?
Malcolm Brogdon, like losing him is a huge.
Yeah, but Giannis more than likely will take a step up this season.
That's what I'm expecting, and that's why I think it's going to be
I don't
Lakers,
know
Bucks.
that it'll be enough of a step up.
Yeah. Well, I think the Sixers have such a big lineup. The Josh Richardson, they got Ben Simmons the 1, Josh Richardson at the 2, Tobias Harris, Al Horford, Joel Embiid is their starting 5.
That's pretty good.
That starting
it's the
5.
opposite of what most like the trend of going.
Yeah,
like they're
just-
going big when everybody else is going small.
Super. Like I don't know how many shooters they got. That's the only thing. Like
Shooters, Ricky. Shooters,
I'm
Ricky.
not sold completely on the 76ers. I think losing Jimmy Butler was really I think swapping Jimmy Butler and Al Horford is a step down in my opinion. Al Horford is a great character, championship pedigree type of guy who's never won a championship, right? But he seems like he would have. Like Al Horford just
he's
seems
a winner,
like a guy
though.
that's
Like,
won a championship, but he hasn't.
I'm not a big. To be honest, I'm not a big Jimmy Butler fan.
No,
I think
neither am I.
Okay.
Neither am I.
Yeah, he just I think he's just a cancer in the locker room.
Yeah.
He's never happy. He's been in so many good situations.
Him going to Miami just shows where his head's at.
Yeah.
Him going to Miami says, I don't give a fuck about winning. I just want to make max money and play in a fun city and score a lot of points.
I don't blame him. I mean,
He's like Russell
good for
Westbrook.
you.
Yeah.
Him and Russell Westbrook are like.
I just
think
don't
they're
like
two
that
peas
these
in a
guys
pod.
say that they want to win.
Yeah.
I just can't stand that they
They wanna-
all that matters is winning, and then you go to Miami and play by yourself.
They may want to win, but they want to win being the guy, and they want to do it
That's
their
not,
way.
Nobody's ever won as the guy.
Except few.
Who?
I mean,
Dirk Nowitzki.
No, I'm saying like
And even him.
except a few guys, LeBron, Michael Jordan, the
Yeah,
elite,
but
the
even
elite
LeBron,
guys
like, didn't win.
that can
Nobody's
win.
won a championship by themselves.
Oh no, I don't mean by themselves, but with their guys that the team they've recruited themselves.
Oh,
Stuff
yeah,
like that.
sure. Yeah,
And
sure.
it's all their terms. Like
Okay.
LeBron's teams.
Yeah.
It's his team because he created his team. Like he gets needs.
No,
he gives
Jimmy
the,
Butler's not pulling people to Miami.
No, not even close. No, except STDs and cocaine.
Yeah,
Yep.
those are already there.
Yep.
You don't got to go far to get them.
Nope.
Yeah,
Anyways, Daub, what kind of note you got there?
Oh, okay. I'll
pull that up a little bit. There
You
go.
said, "Oh, okay," like you didn't know you were holding the binder thing in your hand.
Hold up. So how much research you did? Not enough.
Yep.
Yeah. Stop yelling at me.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
All right. So I like my MVP race.
Yeah,
My top 2, I think, will be Giannis and Dame Lillard.
Damian Lillard.
Dame is a sleeper, I think.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think.
I'm not mad at that. I really like Dame, so.
Yeah, like that offense is going to run through him.
Yeah,
and
well,
I think
it
they're going
always
to be good. Like I think they're going to go all out. I think close to the trade deadline, I wouldn't be surprised if they shipped out Hassan Whiteside for somebody. Because
yeah.
I mean that pickup, I'm not like Hassan Whiteside sucks. No, like
Yeah.
he wouldn't even play him in big situations. They would just like pull him out of the game.
Yeah.
But I think Damian Lillard could win it. But I think Giannis wins it. But Dame's my sleeper.
I don't know, man. The MVP this year is going to be really interesting because I've heard a lot of people say LeBron. I think that there's too much in LA for him to be a MVP.
Yeah.
Now he'll certainly be the leader, and if they win and are great this year, it's going to be revolving around LeBron's leadership.
Yeah.
The narrative, I think, switches this year from LeBron being like, oh, maybe nobody wants to play with LeBron, to like, oh, wow, LeBron cultivated and kind of like brought everybody together and made this team great. Or it'll be they've got a bunch of great players. You know, LeBron didn't have to really do anything. He just got a bunch of people to come play with him.
That's what I think holds LeBron back. It's like when you play with a guy like Anthony Davis, who's probably a top 5 player, it's just like
so he probably won't win.
That's
MVP
that's why both those two guys, Anthony Davis and LeBron, could easily win the MVP. Honestly, about every year if they wanted to.
Oh yeah, Kawhi or Paul George won't win it just because they're together.
Yeah.
Harden won't win it because he's got Westbrook.
And the thing with like the Sixers, like Joel Embiid possibly could win, but load management, he probably won't play other games. And these guys, like, they got a lot of weapons on that team, so it's just like almost by default. I feel like.
So you say Giannis?
Giannis, yeah. And then I think Dame Lillard would be my sleeper pick for the.
Just to be different from what your pick, I'm going to say Damian Lillard.
Okay.
I think it's between Giannis, Damian Lillard, and Steph Curry.
Yeah. See, I like Steph Curry. I thought about him. I think he'll lead the league in points. The thing is with him, I don't know how good that team's going to be. Like, he's going to keep that team afloat.
Yeah.
So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he won it. Like, he's probably
I'm going to say Damian Lillard. What about you?
Yeah.
Sloan.
I still think I don't know. I think LeBron still he has so much. Even though he should, I don't know, it might hurt the Lakers or not, but I still don't think he's going to step down yet. Of kind of like he's still going to have ridiculous numbers.
Yeah.
And I feel like if they do really succeed well, even if he's only doing maybe a less number than he typically does, so 28 points a game, or I don't know what he's normally average,
like 27.
So if he's doing like 23 a game, but his assists, everything's off the charts. Obviously, his assists are going to be off the charts with his team he's got now, but I feel like he'll still. Even if Anthony Davis is averaging more points and stuff than him, I think LeBron will reap the benefits of that and still probably get named MVP. I just think that just due to his coaching on the court, I think that's why the people will really value that, I guess, or reward him for that. And other than that, I think Kawhi is going to be.
Yeah, Kawhi should have a really great year.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
I'm not big on Paul George.
Yeah.
Well, no one knows. Like he's got that surgery again, and then it's like on his shoulder.
I don't know
something, and people were worried. Like they've kept that pretty in house, kind of like the old Oladipo situation.
Yeah.
No one really knows what's going on.
Yeah.
So like it could be pretty serious. Like
yeah.
So I mean, you just never. That guy's hurt a lot too.
Yeah.
He is.
You know.
Okay, what's next? What's the next award?
I got 6th man of the year. Oh no, we'll go rookie of the year. That's pretty easy.
Yeah, I think
pretty
that one's
easy.
pretty obvious. I think
Zion.
most people will say Zion. I think that the NBA pretty much they almost have to give Zion Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have to, right?
Well, no, but he's gonna play well. He's gonna have a good year, barring injury.
Yeah.
Zion will be the Rookie of the Year.
You know what? And then I got John Morant listed too.
Yeah,
But I mean, that's also
Memphis
pretty,
isn't gonna be very good.
That's also pretty. All right, 6th man of the year.
I think it's probably Lou Williams
Okay,
again.
that's like you could pick
That's
two off that
boring.
team.
It's
yeah.
boring,
Lou
but-
Williams or Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah,
But the thing is,
I
like
can't think of any other like 6 men really.
Neither can I.
Danny Green with the Lakers,
I think Danny Green will start.
Yeah.
Avery Bradley with the Lakers.
I was thinking Avery Bradley, but I don't know if he'll have. Again, because of all the people in LA.
Yeah.
LA is deep, man.
Dude, LA
The
is
Lakers are so fucking
Dude,
deep.
the LA is the hot spot for all of sports right now. It is
Yeah.
the hotbed of sports. It's impressive.
I'm just talking about the Lakers. The Lakers are really like they can go 13,
yeah.
maybe 14 deep.
I forgot that Dwight Howard was on the Lakers.
Yeah.
Holy
Dude,
cow.
the Lakers are incredibly
So
deep at
they've got
multiple positions.
It's LeBron, Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, DeMarcus Cousins.
Cousins is
He's
out for the
injured.
year.
He's out for the year.
Oh, that's
Towards
right.
ACL.
Is that Antetokounmpo?
Yeah, that's his
brothers on the
younger brother.
Lakers?
Yeah, that's
His
his
younger
younger
brother, yeah.
Kyle Kuzma, Alex Caruso, Quinn Cook, Danny Green, Avery Bradley, JaVale McGee, Rajon Rondo, Caldwell Pope, OG, Jared Dudley.
Dudley.
That's about the only guys that anybody would know.
Jared Dudley.
Dude, that's so mean.
That's crazy though.
Yeah,
That
they're
sucks.
really deep, man.
It might
they're
not.
really
It might not
deep.
hurt them that the Cousins is out because I think he's a head case.
Not a
so.
big Cousins fan.
Yeah.
No, neither am I.
He can put up big numbers.
He won't
but
get
he
a
won't
long-
Yeah, I
win.
think that may hurt anyone on the Lakers potentially winning 6 man of the year just because they're so deep and they've
Yeah.
got so many guys coming off the bench.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a set first guy off the bench.
Yeah. But the thing is with like the Clippers, like Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell, they're not going to get the ball as much with
Yeah.
No, they're
Kawhi
not.
and
Well,
Paul
Lou
George.
Williams still will.
Yeah, Lou Williams.
Lou Williams will play Lou Williams will play with those two a lot. Like Lou Williams will be the
He'll
point
be in at
guard
the end of the game
with them. Yeah.
You know, one thing I'm noticing now, I'm looking at the roster that I've never made sense to me. And all of LeBron's most successful teams has always been shooting.
Oh,
deep.
yeah.
They don't have any shooters except Quinn Cook and Green. Other than that,
Everybody's
is
talking about
Caruso?
Troy Daniels being a really great shooter.
Is he?
Jared Dudley is a very, very capable 3-point shooter. and
KCP
stretch
can
the
spot up
floor.
and shoot it.
KCP was known in Detroit. He was a shooter in Detroit.
Yeah,
Anthony Davis is not a slouch at shooting threes.
No.
it's true.
LeBron is a capable 3-point shooter.
Yeah. I guess what I'm saying is having a plethora of 3-point shooters
Yeah.
around.
No, you're right.
LeBron's
Yeah.
most successful teams was
But
that.
They're going to make some. Kuzma will take a step up, I think,
Yeah.
as a shooter this year. They're gonna make. I assume there will be some acquisitions.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
There may be one or two pieces that move around. I don't think it'll be as dramatic as like this past or with his last year with the Cavs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
where they
They
do a
flipped the
complete
whole roster.
rehaul.
Then he
I wish
left.
they wouldn't have done
Then he
that.
left.
I wish they
Oh,
wouldn't have done
man.
that. I liked that roster. They weren't playing the greatest, but it was fucking January. Nobody really plays that great except for James Harden in January.
I think it was just Isaiah Thomas. They wanted to get the only way they could get
Yeah,
Isaiah Thomas
yeah.
out there was like doing all this other stuff. And
Got anything else, Dob?
defensive player of the year. I got 2 listed.
I think JaVale McGee.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's not going to get him a ton of time. He only play like 22
you never
minutes a
know.
game.
With LeBron's coaching, he might. I mean,
We got to think.
Who do you got?
I got Rudy Gobert is my one, and then I got Drew Holiday as my sleeper.
Yeah, Drew
It just-
Holiday should have a really great year.
Yeah, he's the
Oh,
most
wow,
he's the
yeah.
most underrated guard in the league.
Never mind that offense is run through Drew Holiday. I was initially thinking it would be run through Zion, but that offense is for sure run through Drew Holiday.
Dude, that lineup's nice. They got Lonzo at the 1, Drew Holiday at 2, Zion at the 3,
No,
or maybe 3 or 4.
Brandon Ingram at 3.
Ingram at 3,
and he's
Zion
a
at the
capable
4.
point. Like
Yeah.
Brandon Ingram can run point
Zion
with the second unit.
Zion, one of those guys that can get the board and then just bring the ball to
Yeah.
the floor too.
Uh-huh.
And then they got Derek Favors, I think's there.
Yep.
So that starting 5 is nice.
Yeah, Derek Favors.
I mean,
is just
yeah.
all right, but
Like
they
for
still
a
have
young
Jahlil
crew.
Okafor, I think, right?
Yeah.
Who's not had nearly the NBA career that I think people thought he would. I certainly thought he was going to be like pretty good.
He
in the
hasn't got
NBA,
much of a
but-
chance though.
Yeah.
Like he was playing in
No,
Philly.
New Orleans is going to be really
Yeah.
good, man.
And then my last thing I got is my sleeper team, the Kings.
Yeah. I feel like there was.
oh, they got the JJ Redick. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I forgot JJ's on that team.
Jeez, that is a good team.
That's
He
right.
can't
the
guard. He
Pelicans,
can't guard
yeah.
anybody. But
JJ could start on that team.
Yeah.
yeah, I wonder if he would.
Yeah, he could.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think
The only thing is like who
they got Etuan Moore, man. Heck
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Heck yeah.
Somebody from the like I could see JJ coming off the bench and then JJ could be a sleeper for 6th man of the year
Yeah, 'cause
if
he can
if he were
score.
to come off the bench.
He can score. That's all you need is a 6-man. You just need 6-man that scores. They don't got to do
Yeah.
anything else.
I feel like there was another category. Oh, most improved. But we touched on that a little bit already.
Yeah.
I don't really.
Most improved.
Yeah, I don't. Other than Deontay Murray, who I don't even know necessarily would qualify for most improved. I don't know who that would be.
I just said Miles Bridges, I guess.
That's right. Yeah, we already talked about
trying
that.
to think-
Miles Copeland.
Yeah.
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 Anything else?
I don't know. You guys got anything else?
We never really talked much about AI.
I think I talked enough
Yeah,
about
Dob
that.
covered that last
Dobbs
night.
got to get going. He's got to be the Packers.
Go, Pack. Go.
Packers
Game.
play at
Go.
12:30.
1 o'clock. I just got to
1
be in
o'clock.
front of
You
my
gotta
TV.
be in front of the TV at
It's about
12:30.
12:30. I got to
Okay.
have some coffee.
Yeah, you got about a 20-minute ride home. So,
Be like,
Yeah.
one of these.
well, cool guys.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
The NBA season's here. Fucking league pass boys.
Yeah, hey, you want my league pass?
Nope.
Oh,
He doesn't got time to watch NBA games, man.
what a loser.
I'm busy making my wife happy. Yep.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's a lot of work.
Is it?
Yep.
Nice.
That wasn't very nice.
Yeah.
That's
I know.
not very nice. Man.
That's
You want
all
to
right.
apologize to our listeners for going to Callie's throw like that?
No.
Just apologize to Callie. Fuck our listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you guys, though.
I love you guys. I love
Not you.
I love you, Callie.
I was talking to the listeners.
Oh. Thanks, Dob.
Shout out Scott.
This episode of the I Can Do Anything podcast is brought to you by Glitch Fix. Are you frustrated with your network connection? Does your online gaming suffer due to glitches and lag? If so, Glitch Fix can solve your problem. Glitch Fix is a wireless router add-on that can be purchased anywhere you buy electronics. Simply plug it into one of the Ethernet cable outlets on your wireless router and see your internet speed rapidly increase. No more glitches during streaming of your favorite movies, shows, and videos. No more getting kicked out of your games on mobile devices and or video game consoles, and enjoy high-quality connection while chatting with friends and loved ones during video chats. Buy Glitch Fix today. Listeners of the I Can Do Anything podcast can go to glitchfix.com/anything and get 15% off. That's glitchfix.com/anything and get 15% off. Everybody left. Dob. What
I'm
happened?
still here.
All right. Thanks for listening. I'll probably be back on maybe Wednesday with a little recap of the opening night games.
Oh, dude, 2 days.
Should I call you during? Do you want to be a call in? Oh wait, you work in the evenings.
at 6. So what time are you gonna? What time
Yeah,
are you
yeah,
film this?
yeah. I could.
I'll gladly-
Dob will join
I'll-
us on
I'll
a
gladly
phone
call
call.
in.
All right.
Call in his multiple people too if you need me to.
What, you got multiple
This is Dave.
personalities?
This is Dave. What did you think of the game last night, Colo? What's up, Dave?
No, I just want you.
I'm about it. I'm just talking to the mic still.
Fuck it.
Love you guys.
Peace.